का प्रेम सब कुछ विशेष। हर महादेव गूंजे गगन, शिव की शक्ति अद्भुत है अगन। भक्ति का सागर लहरों का नाद, गुरु की कृपा से मिटे हर विवाद। गुरु की कृपा से मिटे हर विवाद। ओम नमः शिवाय जपते हैं बल, शिव की लीला अनोखा है खेल। मीनाक्षी संग दिव्यता की झलक, गुरु के संग जग सारा चमक। पुराणों की कथाएं हर श्लोक में प्रकाश, शिव का तांडव ब्रह्मांड वास। गंगा की धारा गुरु का उपदेश, नित्यानंद का प्रेम सब कुछ विशेष। हर हर महादेव गूंजे ये गगन, शिव की शक्ति अद्भुत है अगन। भक्ति का सागर लहरों का नाद, गुरु की कृपा से मिटे हर विवाद। शिव की त्रिनेत्र ज्ञान का दीप, मीनाक्षी की मूर्त भक्ति का संगीत। गुरु की शिक्षा जीवन का प्रकाश, नित्यानंद का नाम सच्चाई का आकाश। ओम नमः शिवाय जपते हर पल, शिव की लीला अनोखा है खेल। मीनाक्षी संग दिव्यता की झल, गुरु के संग जग सारा चमक। जग सारा चमक, जग सारा चमक। जग सारा चमक। जग सारा चमक। गुरु के चरणों में सारा संसार, शिव की महिमा जग का आधार। पुकारे मन से भक्ति की धारा, नित्यानंद के।
Nithyanandam, welcome to all those of you who are joining us for today's live Nithyananda Yoga session. Please do come and get settled on your mat as we get started by chanting the Sadguru Vandanam, invoking the presence of the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, Bhagavan Sri Nithyananda Paramashivam, to manifest through each and every one of us today as we get into Nithyananda Yoga.
नित्यानन्दं परमसुखदं केवलं ज्ञानमूर्तिं, द्वन्द्वातीतं गगनसदृशं तत्त्वमस्यादिलक्ष्यम्। एकं नित्यं विमलमचलं सर्वधी साक्षिभूतं, भावातीतं गुणरहितं सद्गुरुं तं नमामि।
The next step of Nithyananda Yoga that we're going to be entering into is the chanting of the Shivamula mantra. Beautifully, Paramashiva reveals in the Agamas that the Mula mantra of the deity is like the soul of a body. When you chant the Shivamula mantra, you manifest Paramashiva powerfully here. Because yoga is a ritual, yoga is a methodology to connect to the divine and manifest the divine through us. When we chant this Mula mantra of Paramashiva, we will intensely manifest Paramashiva through us flowing and manifesting our reality. With that, now we're going to be doing the Shivamula mantra. Sit straight with your back in a straight line. Keep your hands in the Atmanjali Mudra in front of your heart center. Please chant the Shivamula mantra internally, without any verbalization, without any sound, just within your inner space. We will chant it out loud so that it's easy for you to follow along.
ॐ हां हां शिवाय नमः। 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 ॐ हां हां शिवाय नमः।
The next step of Nithyananda Yoga that we're going to be entering into is the chanting of the is doing the Tattvachamanam, the ritualistic cleansing of the body and mind to become a pure vessel to receive Paramashiva's energy powerfully. When we do the Tattvachamanam, you will be cleansing, you will be putting the sounds and the touch within your body to make your body ready, that space of Paramashiva to manifest the powers of Paramashiva. Now for this you will need the Panchapatram and Udharini, the traditional cup and spoon filled with some fresh water. Place your right hand in the Gokarna Mudra, bending the index finger and slightly cupping your palm. Take an Udharini of water, put it in the center of your palm. Sip the water that flows through the base of your palm at the end of each of the following mantras. Om Atmatattvam Shodhayami Svadha. Take another Udharini of water. Om Vidyatattvam Shodhayami Svadha. Another Udharini of water. Om Shivatattvam Shodhayami Svadha. Wash your hand with the water from the Panchapatram. With the base of the right hand thumb, wipe your upper and lower lip from right to left along with the following mantra. Om Ham Hridayaya Namaha. Wash your hand. With the tips of the right hand, index, middle and ring fingers joined together, touch above your upper lip and below your lower lip. Wash your hand. With the tip of the right hand, thumb and index finger joined together, touch your right nostril, left nostril. With the tip of the right hand, thumb and ring finger joined together, touch your right eye, right ear and left ear. Wash your hand. With the base of the right hand, thumb and little finger joined together, touch your navel center, right chest and left chest. With all the fingers of your right hand joined together, touch the top of your head, right shoulder, left shoulder and your heart center. With that, let us now enter into the Sankalpa, the creation of the conscious intention, the conscious resolution to what you want to manifest as we do Nithyananda Yoga today. Beautifully, we will be creating that intention to manifest a strong body, perfect health, and a yogic body. As we chant this, ultimately manifest the powers of Paramashiva through Nithyananda Yoga. Whatever is your intention to manifest as you do yoga today, you want to manifest energy, you want to manifest health. Hold that also in within your inner space as we chant the Sankalpa mantra. Now, place your right hand over your left and place both your hands on top of your right thigh, sitting straight as we start chanting the Sankalpa mantra.
ॐ नमोपात्त समस्त दुर्दक्षिणद्वारा भगवन् श्री नित्यानन्द हे शोभने मुहूर्ते अद्य ब्रह्मणः द्वितीयपरार्धे श्री वैवस्वतमन्वन्तरे अष्टाविंशतितमे नित्ययुगे प्रथमे पादे जम्बूद्वीपे भारतवर्षे भरतखण्डे मेरोः दक्षिणे पार्श्वे शकाब्दे अस्मिन् वर्तमाने व्यवहारिके प्रभवादीनां षष्ट्याः संवत्सरामध्ये विश्वावसुनाम संवत्सरे श्री कैलासोत्तरद्वादशार्धश्यामलापीठारूढा श्रीमीनाक्षी सुन्दरेश्वराभिन्नस्वरूपा माणिक्यवाचकस्वामिना अवतारभूता श्यामलापीठ सर्वज्ञपीठा नित्योत्सव नित्यमंगल नित्य कल्याण नित्यरजित कैलास परंपरागत आदि कैलास नित्यानंद पीठ महासंस्थान महासिंहासन पीठ कर्तृ साक्षात् श्री परमशिव समुद्भूत कैलास परंपरागत वैवस्वत हरिश्चंद्र भगीरथ श्रीरामचंद्र शूरसेन इत्यादि अनवच्छिन्न सार्वभौम चक्रवर्ती परंपरागत चतुष्षष्टि योगिनी वंदित चतुष्षष्टि संप्रदाय प्रवर्तक मनुधर्म शासन सूर्यवंश प्राप्त सर्वज्ञपीठ सुरांग साम्राज्य मूर्धाभिषिक्त चूड़ामणि साक्षात् श्री परमेश्वर समुद्भूत कई कपिल महागुरु पुनरुद्धृत महानिर्वाणी पीठ अष्टोत्तर सहस्र श्री महामंडलेश्वर साक्षात् श्री परमशिव समुद्भूत श्री महागणपति समारंभ भगवच्छिन्न पीठाधीश्वर गुरु परंपरा प्राप्त अचल पीठ अष्टोत्तर सहस्र श्री गणपीठाधीश्वर धर्ममुक्ति स्वर्ग गुरु स्वर्ण पीठ त्रयोविंश गुरु महासन्निधान कैलास परंपरागत आदिपीठ सर्वज्ञ पीठ जगद्गुरु श्री कैलास पुनरुद्धारक श्री कैलास परमाचार्य श्रीमद् परमहंस परिव्राजकाचार्य वर्य अभिवृद्ध्यर्थं धर्मार्थकाममोक्षचतुर्विधफलपुरुषार्थसिद्ध्यर्थं समस्तदुरितोपशान्त्यर्थं समस्तमङ्गलार्थं भगवच्छ्री नित्यानन्द परमशिवप्रसादेन सकुटुम्बस्य ज्ञानवैराग्य जीवन्मुक्तिप्राप्त्यर्थं पूर्ण आरोग्ययुक्त दृढगात्र यौगिक शरीरसिद्ध्यर्थं परमशिवशक्त्याविष्करणार्थं नित्यानंद योगाभ्यासं करिष्ये.
Wash your hand with the water from the Panchapatra. Om Apaupasprisya And you can place your Panchapatram a bit further away from you so as to not disturb you as we get into Nithyananda Yoga today. Let's get started with our preliminary warm-up exercises now. Start by stretching your legs out in front of you and rotating your ankles in a deep circular motion to start off with, getting yourself a nice stretch. Just rotating your ankles. And rotate your ankles in the opposite direction, getting a nice stretch. Pointing your toes and flexing them backwards. Pointing your toes, flexing it backwards. Pointing your toes and flexing it backwards. Perfect. With that, let us get into some knee rotations. Coming to a standing position with your hands on your knees. Start to rotate your knees in a nice circular motion. Getting a deep stretch over here. Loosening out all the stiffness from a long night's sleep. And in the opposite direction. Giving yourself a nice stretch. Come to a standing position now, hands on the hips. And start to rotate your hips in a nice circular motion, giving yourself a good stretch. Push yourself. Do not just do small circles with your hips for the sake of it. Try to push it out towards the side, in the front, again this side, and all the way back. Bringing your torso. Repeating this on the opposite side. Pushing yourself in the opposite direction. Rotating nicely. And relax.
We're now going to be entering into our next part, which is the skeleton dance. The skeleton dance, Swamiji beautifully reveals that you're going to completely visualize yourself only as bones. What happens is when you visualize yourself completely as bones and you do the skeleton dance, you form the integrity. You go back to the source of your integrity in your very body. That integrity which holds your body together, which gives the integrity to your body. When you visualize yourself and do the skeleton dance, you form the integrity needed to manifest the state, space, powers, being, and superconsciousness of Paramashiva. That integrity which manifests is yoga. So, to experience this, we'll now be doing the skeleton dance. In the skeleton dance, you're going to be shaking every single part of your body, every single inch of your body completely. So start to visualize yourself as a skeleton now, and let us now enter into shaking our body completely. Shake your hands, shake your legs, your head, your ankles, your wrists, your hips, your whole body. Shake, shake, shake. Nicely shake.
नित्यानंदा अवतार शिवा पुराणों की अद्भुत कथा मंत्रों की गूंज शिव की धारा
Bend your body nicely. Shake every single limb in your body.
में जीवन की बाता आसमां से गूंजे अनहद की धुन पवित्र वो यात्रा जहाँ मिलते गुण नित्यानंदा अवतार शिवा पुराणों की
Nicely opening up every single part of your body together.
गूंज दिल की प्रीत गुरु के चरणों में है सब
Requesting all of you to do it very intensely. Shake nicely.
सपनों के रंगों में सजी ये रात चमके सितारे बजते चलते रंग साथ गहरी भक्ति में डूबे हम सभी शिव की कृपा से मिले हमें खुशी नित्यानंदा अवतार शिवा पुराणों की अद्भुत
Your body
कथा
completely.
मंत्रों की
Like
गूंज
as your skeleton. Only as a skeleton, nothing else.
जीत नृत्य में खो जाओ स्वप्नों की चाल
And now,
धड़कने
slowly relax. Start walking back and forth in your mat, cooling down your body. Walk back and forth, loosening out your body, cooling it down, relaxing from the skeleton dance. You can slowly walk and come back into a seating position in your mat on your knees.
And from here, we'll be entering into some torso twists to open up our chest and shoulders. Finishing out our warm up, start to twist intensely, deeply from side to side. Opening up your chest and shoulders intensely and deeply. Twist well. Perfect. With that, let us now do some shoulder rotations. Opening up your arm completely. Try to keep your hand completely straight as you do this. And in the opposite direction. Repeating it on the other side. Give yourself a nice stretch, nice rotation of the arm. and in the opposite direction, bringing it forward. Okay. With that, we're going to get started with our asanas. One last stretch for our neck. Rotating your neck in a wide circular motion. Loosening up the muscles of your neck. And with that, let us enter into our first asana for now. For the day, our first asana is Chakrasana.
Chakrasana is a very beautiful asana where you're going to be getting a very deep back bend. Starting off, we'll be going into one more asana which has a deeper back bend today. But Chakrasana is going to be a nice start off with a good and nice back bend for all of us. And let us now enter into doing Chakrasana. Chatra itself means umbrella. So we are going to be entering into a similar position, holding ourselves, protecting our guru from the sun's rays as we do Chakrasana. So coming to Chakrasana, we'll just be showing you how Chakrasana is done, and then we'll take you step by step for you to master. So you can first see how Chakrasana is done now. This is how Chakrasana is done, bringing your legs to your head. Now, we'll take you step by step into Chakrasana for how you can master it. In Chakrasana, if you see, we are going to be getting a lower back. The lower back is what is going to be bending a lot, and then our upper back bending and coming to our legs. So we need exercises for our lower back and upper back. To start off with the first stretch, the first exercise that we need to do, we are all going to be coming into Ushtrasana, the first step of doing the back bend. You're going to be coming onto your knees. Over here, place your hands on your hips first. Place your hands on your hips. Requesting everyone to place your hands on your hips over here first. Once you have come to this position, push your back backwards. Your upper back, push it backwards. This asana will first give you the lower back stretch you need. So push your back as much as you can behind, leaning a bit in this position. Hold over here for the count of 3 Mahavakyas. See, it does not need to just be a static position. You can give it as a dynamic position, pushing forward and a little bit back. And I can come forward and do it. So we'll hold over here for the count of 3 Mahavakyas. Om Nithyananda Paramashivam. Om Nithyananda Paramashivam. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Slowly relax. You can place your hands back down. Now, we are going to be entering into the next step of Ushtrasana, which will take us into a little more deeper back bend. In Ushtrasana now, you're going to bend a little more backwards, trying to bring one foot to your leg. So you can choose your right foot or right hand first. Then you're going to bring that right hand to your right leg first. So bend back, bringing your right hand to your right leg. This you will see will start giving you a much better stretch over here now. Slowly you'll start giving you a little bit of an upper back stretch, but still the main stretch is going to be on your lower back. Now once you have brought your right hand to your right leg, you're going to bend a little more back from the other side, trying to bring your left hand to your left leg, entering into Ushtrasana. So over here, you can even try to bend more down as you can possible. giving you an ultimate stretch. And let us hold over here for the count of 3 Mahavakyas. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. 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 Slowly relax. That gave us a very good deep stretch in Ushtrasana for our back. We can come into Vajrasana for a few moments, just giving a slight counter stretch before we enter into our next preparatory asana. In Vajrasana, bend forward, stretching your hands in front, nicely giving a stretch to your body. You can walk your hands a bit forward, trying to give a deeper stretch. Right, you can get relax well, raising up. Now, for the next asana we're going to be doing an asana called Bhujangasana. Bhujangasana will again give us a little bit of a lower back stretch, now a little bit more focusing on an upper back stretch too. It will open up both of the sides. So in Bhujangasana, you need to come to a lying down position first on your stomach. Once you have come to that position, you're going to keep your hands beside your chest. So I request all of you come to the position where you're lying down on your stomach and placing your hands beside your chest with your elbows facing upwards. Now, you need to slowly lift up your upper body while pushing your hands against the ground. What this will do is, this will lift your upper body fully off the ground. So you can see how it's done. Pushing your hands against the ground, lifting up your upper body. It needs to be in a calm motion and make sure you're not slipping off behind or moving in front. You need to stay in that position. You should not slip off behind with your hands moving back. Not like that. You need to make sure you're straight and balanced in this position. If you do it on top of a yoga mat, that will give you the good grip and surface needed. You need to catch your hands onto the mat and push yourself up off the ground. So now what you'll do is, now you're going to get a good stretch over here. Once you have come into this position, you can again try pushing yourself more higher up on your hands. Try pushing yourself more higher up on your hands, giving a deeper stretch. So as and when you push your hands more up, you'll get a deeper stretch in this asana. Let's hold over here for the count of 5 Mahavakyas. Take a few deep breaths, giving that stretch to your body. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. 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 Very good. You can take a slight relax. Now we are just going to be doing Bhujangasana, but we are going to be taking it one step forward as we are going to be entering into Chakrasana. So you can come to Bhujangasana. You're going to be placing first your hands on top of these blocks. If you have yoga blocks, that's the best. You can place the yoga blocks and put your hands on top of these yoga blocks and do Bhujangasana. So what this will do is, this will start giving you that stretch necessary for you to enter into Chakrasana. Because in Chakrasana, You're not just doing a normal bhujangasana, you're getting a much deeper stretch by bringing both your legs and your head to each other. So when you place your hands in this yoga block, it gives you a higher surface, giving you a much deeper stretch. You can bring your body more closer into a much deeper stretch to enter into Chatrasana. So let us now enter into holding our hands on the blocks, entering into the deeper stretch. You need to consciously give a deeper stretch by trying to pull your lower body towards the ground. When you pull your lower body towards the ground and keeping your hands straight, make sure you not bend your hands. If you need to little bit, you can bend it to touch your body to the ground, depending on how far off your blocks are from the ground. And hold over there for the count of 3 Mahavakyas now. Om Nithyananda Paramashivam. Om Nithyananda Paramashivam. Om Nithyananda Paramashivam. Slowly relax. Then give us a very good stretch in Bhujangasana. And the next asana, preparatory asana we're going to be doing for Chatrasana will be Ekapada Rajakapotasana. So in Ekapada Rajakapotasana, you're going to be stretching one leg behind with one leg bent forward. So you can choose your right leg forward and your left leg behind. Your left leg will be straight, stretched behind, and your right leg will be bent in front in a 90-degree angle, or as much as you can come to. It's going to be bent basically, not straight. Over here, to bend your back in this position, you're going to be catching your left leg with your left hand from behind and bending your back, aligning it to the leg and bringing your right hand from around, holding your leg and bending your head to your leg. So the sole of your head touching your head, the sole of your leg touching your head. This is Ekapada Rajakapotasana. We'll once again show you how to come into this position such that you can get it easily. And then you're going to hold in this position. So make sure you're coming comfortably into this position. First, in Ekapada Rajakapotasana, bend your left leg behind, your right leg in front, bend in a 90-degree angle or as much as you can. Then bringing your left leg, make sure you're bringing your left leg, the same hand on which your leg is bent behind. So that same hand, you're going to be catching your left leg, then lifting it up, twisting your right hand from above, bringing it to your left leg, holding the toes or an ankle as much as you can, and bending backwards, bringing your head to the sole of your foot. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. So that gave you a very good stretch. Now you can switch the sides, bringing your left leg in front in a 90-degree angle and your right leg extended behind. You're going to be bending your leg again. Lifting up your right leg with your right hand, the left leg with your left hand, and bringing your right hand around, catching your left leg too, bending backwards and holding. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Slowly relax carefully. out of Rajaka Potas. Now you can come into Vajrasana again, giving a bit of a stretch again to your back, loosening it out, lying down in front, walking your hands as much as you can in front, giving a deeper stretch in Vajrasana. Very good. You can slowly relax and come back up now from Vajrasana. Now we're going to be entering into doing Chatrasana together. So I will show you how to do Chatrasana. We're going to be showing you, and then I'll give you a very simple tip on how you can do start of Chatrasana, such that it's easier to bring your head to your neck. So to enter into Chatrasana again, come on your hands with your stomach facing downwards. Bending down. Over here, what you can do is you can bring your legs now onto some yoga blocks. So what will happen if you keep your knees on a yoga block? From this higher position, it will be a little easier to enter into Chatrasana, also giving a little bit more of a back bend. So to give you a deeper back bend, helping you enter into Chatrasana. So you can do it normally too. For doing Chatrasana, bend backwards, lifting your body up. We're going to be showing it to you. You can also do it along. Then we'll see the various components and do it completely all of us together. So the various components, before we enter into that, we're going to be showing you how to do Chatrasana. You can do it along for you to get an idea of it. Then we'll hold it together. So in Chatrasana, lie down on your stomach, bend your knees, bend your legs upwards from your knees, and bend your back upwards from your thighs, from your hips, turning up and holding to your head. So this is how Chatrasana is done. Get a good stretch in your back over there. And let us now see the various components we are going to be doing in Chatrasana as part of Nithyananda Yoga. So in Nithyananda Yoga, Swamiji has beautifully revived the various 12 components that we perform by doing each asana. In Chatrasana, the pranayama component we are going to be doing is the Sahaja Kumbhaka. The Sahaja Kumbhaka will be demonstrated for you now. Is in Sahaja Kumbhaka, you're going to be inhaling deeply and then exhaling normally. So the Sahaja Kumbhaka is basically normal breathing but very deeply. Inhaling deeply and exhaling deeply. You are going to be visualizing yourself as a chhatra, an umbrella protecting the Guru, protecting your Guru from the rays of the sun. So it's a very beautiful asana, and the conscious visualization you do. Performing the Mula Bandha, which is sealing your perennial floor. And doing the Shambhavi Mudra, which is bringing your awareness inwards. Whether your eyes are open or closed, your awareness is turned inwards. And chanting the japa Om Nithyananda Paramashivam as we do Chatrasana. So you can see the various components on the screen over here, such that as you're doing the asana, you can see, oh, now we have the Sahaja Kumbhaka, the Mula Bandha, and what I'm supposed to visualize, the gaze, etc. So all of this you can perform as you're doing the asana, such that it's easy for you to do this. So you can see the screen and do the asana. Trying to make sure you're doing all the 12 components as you do Chatrasana. So let us now enter into doing Chatrasana together. Come onto your stomach, bend forward. Now lifting up your stomach, your chest, lifting it up from the ground, and lifting up your legs. Bring them both together, forming a bow-like formation. अर्ध्यासनवस्थित्वा हस्ततलाभ्यां भूमिम् अवष्टभ्य मुण्डयेत् छत्रासनं भवति. Slowly relax as we enter into our next asana for today.
The next asana we're going to be looking at today is Shashtanga Kapalyasana. So in Shashtanga Kapalyasana, we're going to be getting a very beautiful headstand position while doing Padmasana. This is going to be very fun and very powerful, where you're going to really be learning how you can master this asana. Now, from a position on your head, you're going to be straightening your legs, bringing your hands in a tripod position with your head, palms flat on the ground. And then slowly lifting your legs up into Padmasana position. Straighten out your knees, straight up as you do Shashtanga Kapalyasana. So you can see here, this is how you're going to be doing it. And yes, each one of us are going to be mastering this today. Let's now go step by step into seeing how we can master each step of this asana or Shashtanga Kapalyasana. Of course, the first step we need to do is really master our Padmasana, because in Shashtanga Kapalyasana, you will most likely be having to go into Padmasana without the support of your hands. So it's very important that you master being able to do Padmasana without needing your hands. So just to demonstrate, where your legs will be stretched out and without using the support of your hands on your legs, just bringing your legs to the opposite thighs in Padmasana. So this is going to be a very vital and important component for you to do Shashtanga Kapalyasana. Let's now look at it step by step. First is the process of getting into Padmasana. Start in Bhadrasana. Now, Padmasana has many components. It has the thigh flexibility, the knee flexibility, as well as the ankle flexibility. So your your upper thighs have to be flexible, your knees have to be flexible, and your ankles have to be flexible. Now, in Bhadrasana, we're going to be working on our upper thighs and our knees. Bring your feet together in front of you and try to lower your knees towards the ground. So now if it's not going completely towards the ground, it's alright. Try to adjust your position a bit, like spreading your legs further apart or a bit closer in, to see at which position do you find your knees reaching the closest to the ground. Because that is the main part. So do this for a few times now. Just trying to feel the place where your knees are able to reach the ground comfortably. And from there, bring your hands to your knees and push your hands down onto your knees. And start to bring your knees towards the ground. Now, this part is important. Why are we doing Bhadrasana? Bhadrasana, the purpose of it is to make our knees go towards the ground. So that when we do Padmasana, we do not find that stiffness causing our knees to raise up. Bhadrasana is a very important start asana for nearly every other asana. Going deeper now, try to bring your feet closer towards your perineum. Now remember, each time you bring your feet closer to your perineum, the more challenging the asana will get. And ultimately bringing it, touching your perineum is where the ultimate goal lies. So till wherever, whichever level you're able to bring your leg, try to push your knee towards the ground. Relaxing your knees deep into the ground, going deeper and deeper. Just a few more seconds. Let's now hold Bhadrasana, bringing your feet completely towards your perineum, pushing your knees all the way to the ground as much as you can. Let's hold it for the chant of 5 Mahavakyas here. Now, one important tip is to roll your hips forward, slightly bending down. So you don't need to go all the way on the ground, but try to bring your forearms to the ground, rolling your hips forward. And stretching here. Remember, keep your knees to the ground. Om Nithyananda Paramashivam. Om Nithyananda Paramashivam. Om Nithyananda Paramashivam. Om Nithyananda Paramashivam. And slowly relax now, coming back to a seated position. Now let's enter into the next part of mastering Padmasana, which is working more on our ankles. To stretch out your ankles, we're going to be doing a short exercise where you're going to be bringing your legs outside your hips. You can start off with your one leg, with your left leg in this case, and try to bring it outside your hip, bending your leg forward. Now, mainly the ankle flexibility is, of course, at one level to do the Padmasana, but also to be able to hold the Padmasana. So try to bring your leg in front of your hip, pushing your ankle forward. Of course, do not overstrain or hurt yourself. Feel the stretch before you take it and go. Pushing your leg in front of your hip as much as you can and holding here for the chant of 3 Mahavakya. Om Nithyananda Paramashivam. Om Nithyananda Paramashivam. Om Nithyananda Paramashivam. Okay, now switch the legs around, trying to bring your other leg in front of your hip. Really push yourself here, because the deeper you push yourself, the more that ankle will loosen up. Because normally when we think of flexibility, we think of splits, we think of back bending, but we usually miss out on the small places like your wrist and in your ankles. So take the time to really stretch out your ankles, pushing it as forward as you can. This asana will additionally stretch out your knees. So it will give you the stretch you need for your knees as well to do Padmasana. Again, another 3 Mahavakyas, pulling that foot in front of your hips as deep as you can. Om Nithyananda Paramashivam. Om Nithyananda Paramashivam. Om Nithyananda Paramashivam. Now slowly relax. And let's attempt to do Padmasana itself now. So from here, the way you're going to do it is you're going to pick up one leg. So first we'll do it with the hands, and then teach you take us step by step to doing it without your hands as well. Take your foot in your hands and try to place it over the top of the opposite thigh. Let's say you have your left foot. Place it at the base. So you can see here, when you bring your foot up, this foot is not going to be on the knee. Rather, you're going to be trying to bring it all the way to the base of the thigh and then lowering your knee down. So this is the important part. Put the weight on your knee, lowering it towards the ground. If you feel that the stiffness is too much, ask the support or someone to help you. Push your knee towards the ground. It all starts at the knee. Your knee has to be able to comfortably rest on the ground with your leg deep within your opposite thigh. Holding here for the chant of one Mahavakya just to get the brief time to push your knee towards the ground. Om Nithyananda Paramashivam. Now you can straighten up your left leg, bringing your right leg to the opposite thigh. Bring your right leg to your left, right? Again, push it as close towards your perineum as possible, and then bring your knee towards the ground. So you can see the knee has to come all the way to the ground, and your foot has to be as close to the perineum as possible. Try to do this as deep as you can. Again, let's hold here. You can bounce your knee up and down for the chant of one Mahavakya. Om Nithyananda Paramashivam. And now finally coming into the full Padmasana position. Now do the first step the same way, bringing one leg to the opposite thigh. You can do it with either your left or your right. Place your knee thigh, pushing your knee to the ground. Now we're going to be bending the right foot on top of the left. But here's a tip that you can use. So you can do this for yourself. Push your knee down as you lift this leg up. So as you lift the leg up, put your weight on top of the knee that needs to stay on the ground so that it doesn't raise up. So you can see it once more. When you're bringing the right foot over, push your weight down onto the right knee and then pull it on top of the left leg. So therefore, you will see that the knee does not raise up. And here you are in Padmasana. Now you can come out of Padmasana and go back in, let's say 5 times with your hands. So release your both legs to Padmasana, stretch them out in front of you. And from that, bring you to your opposite thighs. Okay? So 1, Ekam, undo it, and then back in Padmasana, 2, undoing it, 3, undoing it, Chatvari, take a break, releasing your legs, and one last time, Pancha, bringing your legs to their opposite thighs. Now from here you can attempt to do it without your hands. Stretch your legs out in front of you. And from here you're first going to try to bring one leg to the opposite thigh. Let's say your left leg. First bringing just your left leg to the right thigh. When you do this, use your momentum to bring it as close to your hip as possible. So you might find automatically your leg stops at the knee. Try to lift it up higher and bring it all the way to your perineum as close to your hips as possible. Pushing the knee back down. And then in that same momentum, bring your left leg on top as well. Remember, Padmasana is one of the most powerful asanas that you can do. So coming into Padmasana now. Let's get a slight stretch. Now strengthening our tightness of our Padmasana by coming into Matsyasana. Come to a laying down position on the mat, stretching your body backwards. Bringing your hands overhead, clasping opposite elbows in Matsyasana. So you can see here, this is Matsyasana. Hold it here for the chant of 5 Mahavakyas. This will really test your Padmasana to make sure that it doesn't slip off when you're doing Shashtanga Kapalyasana. Om Nithyananda Paramashivam. Om Nithyananda Paramashivam. Om Nithyananda Paramashivam. Now slowly relax, come back up to a seated position. Okay, now let's get into Shashtanga Kapalyasana itself. For this, you're going to first release your Padmasana, come onto your knees. Bring your head to the ground with your hands at a triangle position. So the way you can do it is, the way you can actually find easier is, bring your hands together on the mat at elbow level and then place your palms exactly under where your elbows are. From that, at the exact triangle position, bring your head to the ground. So you can bring your head towards the ground, lifting your hips up. Do not try to bring your hands too close beside your head. Bring it more like a triangular position for better balance. And then straighten your legs. Walking your legs closer and closer towards your body. Until your back, over here, you have to see your back coming to a straight line. When your back is in a perfectly straight line, you can lift your legs one by one off the ground. You can also use the support of your elbows. And then cross your legs into Padmasana. Before straightening up. So you can see this is how you do Shashtanga Kapalyasana. Requesting each of you to try it as well. So you can first do it like this. Remove your Padmasana. Bending your knees towards your chest. So you can first try to come to a balancing position like this. You can even put your knees on top of your upper arms, on top of your elbows, so that you shift the weight, giving you a deep balance. When you're able to balance here, you can bring your knees to your chest. Slowly. Before attempting the actual Padmasana in Shashtanga Kapalyasana. You can relax, take 2 deep breaths. And try it again. Bring your head to the ground in a triangular position with your hands. And straighten your legs, walk it towards your body. First, you can bring one knee towards your left knee, towards your left, on top of your left elbow. Start off. Bring your left knee on the left elbow, your right knee on your right elbow, and then here try to lift off the ground first. So trying to balance your knees on your elbows first and lifting off, and then bringing your legs towards your chest, your knees towards your chest, ultimately into the Padmasana position. Remember, all of these asanas will take the intense practice, learning how your body is able to do the asana. It is not a one size fits all. It is about each of us learning our own body's capabilities. So the more and more you keep doing it, you sense where you're able to gain your balance, you will find that this asana will become easier and easier for you. Now in this asana, we're going to have the 12 components of each of them. In Shashtanga Kapalyasana, you're going to be visualizing yourself as the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, doing the Jivachala Kumbhaka, where you're going to be inhaling through your nose, holding the breath, and with just the force of your mind, with the force of your will, move the prana through all the limbs of your body. Visualize the prana pushing, entering every limb of your body. In the Jivachala Kumbhaka, clench your perineum in the Mula Bandha. Remember to gaze at your nose in this asana. with the japa Om Nithyananda Paramashivam. Why the gazing at the nose? To have a single point that you can focus on. That when you're doing the asana, you will not lose your balance. Because when you focus on the tip of your nose, you will see that the rest of the world becomes blurred. It becomes you're not really cognizing it. So therefore, you'll be able to focus completely on doing the asana and mastering it. With the Shambhavi Mudra, allowing your inner space to be turned inwards without the necessity for your eyes being closed. Now let's do Shashtanga Kapali Asana together with all of these components. Remember the visualization, the pranayama, the kumbhaka, the bandha, the japa, and the gaze and the visualization as we get into Shashtanga Kapali Asana, straightening your legs and kicking up. Asanako Gunakapala Acho Hoyi. Continue to stay there for a few seconds and then relax. Beautiful. With that, we're going to be entering into our next asana.
Then the last asana we are going to be doing today is Gandhabhiramdasana. So Gandhabhiramdasana is going to be literally like combining both of these asanas that we have done today, giving us a good back stretch along with us needing to be having balance in a higher position. So we'll want to show you how Gandhabhiramdasana is done to give you an idea of what this asana is. In this asana, we're going to be doing a slight variation where we're going to be stretching our hands behind, not just keeping them at our chest level. You're going to be stretching them behind in Gandhabhiramdasana 1. And then you're going to be lifting your hips up towards the sky. And kicking our legs off the ground, trying to bring it in front of our head. So this is how Gandhabhiramdasana is done. We'll enter into some preparatory asanas, stretches, etc. for us to master Gandhabhiramdasana and also be able to do it. You can master and you can do Gandhabhiramdasana today. For mastering Gandhabhiramdasana, we need to get a good back stretch, preparatory back stretches, and also a little bit of arm strength to be able to hold ourselves over that, shoulder strength to be able to hold ourselves over that. First, focusing on the back stretch. The first asana we are going to be doing to master Gandhabhiramdasana is Paryankasana. Now, in Paryankasana, we are not just going to be holding in Paryankasana, we are going to try to shift to Peta Asana. So, we'll show you how Paryankasana is done. First, that itself gives a very good back stretch. So, come to a lying down position first. Hold your hands beside your head. So, I request all of you to please come to this position. You're going to be lying down on your back with your knees facing upwards and your hands and your elbows facing upwards. Your hands beside your head. Make sure your hands are turned inwards. Your hands are going to be turned inwards. They're not going to be facing backwards. They're going to be turned inwards under your shoulders. Now, right here, you're going to be pressing your hands and your legs simultaneously off the ground, pushing and coming into a curved like position. Your back is curved over here in Paryankasana. Now, so this is how Paryankasana is done. You can relax first. Request all of you to come into this asana. First, now slowly try to walk your hands towards your legs. This will give you a much deeper back stretch. Curving your back much more and giving you a much deeper back stretch. This is Peta Asana, giving a huge deep stretch to your back. Paryankasana and that is Peta Asana. So this is how we are going to be doing Paryankasana and Peta Asana. Now we need to give that stretch. So I request all of you now to come into this position, lifting up. You need to give your back that stretch. Consciously visualize. Give the awareness to those muscles in your back and give it that stretch. Make that stretch form in your back. So requesting all of you to come into Paryankasana now. Once you have entered into Paryankasana, you're going to be walking forward, giving that deep back stretch to your body. Push nicely. Take deep breaths as you do this. In Peta Asana, try to walk forward in Peta Asana from Paryankasana. If you need a support, you can use the wall for some support. Where you'll be holding the wall and bending backwards. So as you hold the wall, you can bend backwards slowly. If you're not able to enter into the full Paryankasana, you can just hold the wall and bend as back as you can into Paryankasana. So you don't necessarily need to do the full Paryankasana if you're unable to. This is basically to get the back stretch to do Gandharva because you're literally doing the same asana in Gandharva but lying down on your stomach. So it will be completely fine. All of you hold your hand in Paryankasana as much as you can, deeply and nicely. So once you're done with Paryankasana, you can slowly relax to the ground. Make sure you're very slow and relaxing back to the ground from Beta Asana, Paryankasana. That would have given you a very good back stretch for you to be able to enter into doing Gandharva. Now, we need a little bit strength also in Gandharva because you're going to be lifting your legs off the ground without any support as such. We'll be showing you one simple trick also to be able to enter into Gandharva afterwards. But now, to strengthen your muscles, we are going to be doing Shalabhasana. And in Shalabhasana, we are going to be doing a dynamic position where we're going to be lifting our legs and hands. So we call it Shalabhasana lifts. You can come lying down onto your stomach. Enter into Shalabhasana, placing your hands beside your chest and your legs stretched out in Shalabhasana. Now, you can stretch your hands forward completely. Keep enough room for yourself to do this asana. Your legs are stretched behind, your hands are stretched forward. Now over here, you're going to be lifting your legs and hands off the ground. So your legs are lifted off the ground and your hands too are lifted off the ground. Relax. You're going to be doing a dynamic position here, which is lifting it up and placing it. Going a little lower. Lifting it up and going slow. You can choose to do it on opposite your right leg and your left hand, and your left leg and your right hand. So you can lift up one, relax. Lift up the other, relax. One set is between your right leg and your left hand. One more set is between your left leg and your right hand. So requesting all of you to do this now. Lie down, to a comfortable position, and lift up your left leg and right hand first. So ekam, dve, त्रीणि चत्वारि पञ्च षट् सप्त अष्ट नव दश. Take a few minutes of relaxation before we enter into our next set. We're going to be in 3 sets of this asana. This dynamic pose, so prepare yourself for it. Very good. Let us now enter into our next set. Ekam, dve, त्रीणि चत्वारि पञ्च षट् सप्त अष्ट नव दश. Slowly relax again. Now for this last set, we're going to try to do 10 complete sets. So until now we've been doing 5 complete sets, one on each side is one set. So let us try doing 10 complete sets for this next last set. Take a good moment of relaxation and come into Vajrasana for a few moments before we enter into doing our last set. Then bend forward, back into Shalabhasana as we enter into our last set. Ekam, Dve, त्रीणि चत्वारि पञ्च षट् सप्त अष्ट नव दश एकादश द्वादश त्रयोदश चतुर्दश पञ्चदश षोडश सप्तदश अष्टादश नवदश विंशति. That gave us a good stretch. We did 10 sets of Shalabhasana this time and another 10 sets before in the last 2 sets. Totally, we have done 20 sets of this Shalabhasana raises. And slowly get up. Back to seated position. Now, we are going to be preparing our bodies for us to master doing Gandhabherundasana. So, to master doing Gandhabherundasana, I first request all of you to again come to a lying down position. Few moments, you can take a break. You can bend into Vajrasana. So, before as we enter into Gandhabherundasana, we need to also strengthen our back muscles. Now, in our back muscles, we strengthen a little bit in Shalabhasana, but it needs more strengthening. So, for this, we are going to be doing Unmukha Pitasana. Now, why we need the back strengthening in Gandhabherundasana is when you're in Gandhabherundasana, on your back, you need to be able to lift your upper body off the ground. To do that, you need a lot of back strength. So, come to a lying down position on your stomach, on your back, sorry. Over here, keep your knees facing up in Urdhva Pavanasana and catch your legs. From Urdhva Pavanasana, you're going to be raising up into Unmukha Pitasana. In Unmukha Pitasana, your hips are raised towards the sky. So what this will do is to strengthen your back. Now, to make it into a dynamic way of doing this asana, Urdhva Pavanasana to Unmukha Pitasana back to Urdhva Pavanasana. And this time, when you're coming back, you're not going to be placing your hips directly on the ground. So you can see a demonstration of this. You're going to be lifting up in Unmukha Pitasana, lowering your body a bit, and then again lifting it up. So this will give a dynamic position between the two asanas. Make sure your hips do not touch the ground when you're coming back. When you come back down, it's not completely touching the ground. It's still off the ground and you're again lifting up. So you're not taking a break in between each one. Okay, now enter into doing this asana. Ekam, Dve, Trini, Chatvari, Pancha, Shat, Sapta, Ashta, Nava, Dasha. Take a small relaxation after that asana. Over here, we are strengthening our back muscles. So bring that conscious awareness to each of the back muscles getting strengthened as you do this asanas. And let us now enter into our next set. Prepare yourself. Ekam, Dve, Trini, Chatvari, Pancha, Shat, Sapta, Ashta, Nava, Dasha. Slowly relax. Now let us enter into our last set. This time trying to do double the amount. So we did 10 sets each time. This time we're going to try to do 20 sets. So let's prepare our bodies for that. Lift your body off the ground. Lift your body off the ground. And lowering back down. Ekam, dve, त्रीणि, चत्वारि, पञ्च, षट्, सप्त, अष्ट, नव, दश, एकादश, द्वादश, त्रयोदश, चतुर्दश, पञ्चदश, षोडश, सप्तदश, अष्टादश, नवदश, विंशति. Very good. Can slowly relax. We have done 30 sets in Unmukha Pithasana to Urdhva Pavanasana, Urdhva Pavanasana to Unmukha Pithasana. This sequence. And now we are going to be entering into preparing ourselves for Gandhabhirandasana. So to do Gandhabhirandasana, one very simple and easy, nice tip you can do is you can start from a little bit of a higher position. Come to a lying down position on your stomach. From this lying down position, you can keep your legs on a little bit of a higher position. You can keep some blocks or any higher position from which you want to start off. And over here, bend your legs on the blocks. You need to bend your hips off the ground. In Gandhabhirandasana, to give you a support, you can put your arms stretched behind, backwards, and you're going to try to lift your legs off the ground, bringing them to your head. So you can also use the wall for some support in front of you. One more easier way to do this is you can bring your legs first to the wall. If you're not able to bring them directly to your head, you can bring it first to the wall. And once you bring it to the wall, you can slowly walk it down to your head. That's one more way you can do this asana. Especially if you have a partner for support, that would be the best thing. Holding your legs. Lifting it up. You can lift up one leg, then lift up the other leg into Gandhabhirandasana. As much as you can. So that gives you a good stretch in Gandhabhirandasana. So relax. So in Nithyananda we're going to be seeing the various components of Nithyananda Yoga that are involved. In Gandhabhirandasana, the visualization we are going to be having, we are going to be visualizing ourselves as a hyena or another predator of prey, like that. So visualizing, awakening that superconscious mutation in you in Gandhabhirandasana. You can see the visualization over here on the screen for you to visualize it easily. And then you're going to be performing the Jivachala Kumbhaka. The Jivachala Kumbhaka, you're going to inhale through the nose. You can see the demonstration and you can also do this Jivachala Kumbhaka. Inhale through the nose and hold the breath. Then, while holding the breath with force, move the prana through the whole body, through the limbs of through each of the limbs of your body, using just your mind alone, using the visualization power. Move the prana through the whole body. then you can relax. So this is how the Jivachala Kumbhakas, that make sure you're performing this as you do Gandhabhirundasana as much as you can. Performing the Mula Bandha, which is sealing your perineal floor. Then bringing your gaze to the nose. So in this asana, you bring the gaze to the nose. See, the moment you have a gaze, the Nithyananda Yoga is very beautiful revival of the ancient science of yoga. See, when you have that gaze in one point, your thoughts come down. Not just your thoughts, but your awareness fully awakens. The moment your awareness awakens, the awareness given to each muscle of your body, to each part of your body, naturally awakens its flexibility, strength, and whatnot. So it is only the awareness that brings that, not just your amount of stretches you do or the amount of exercises you do, but the awareness, because only with that awareness the body itself exists. So that gaze itself brings that much of awareness. Chanting the japa Om Nithyananda Paramashivam, the Shambhavi Mudra, which is turning your awareness inwards, moving your awareness inwards as you do Gandhabhirundasana. So prepare yourselves and let us all now enter into doing Gandhabhirundasana. Come to a lying down position. Lift your hips up and kick off the ground. शलभासनभेदाश्च नटभेरुण्डनामके गण्डभेरुण्डसहिते शीर्षदण्डासनं तथा. Slowly relax. Now you can come back up. We're finished and given a very good stretch to our back muscles today and a bit of a balancing asana. So
let's do a short cool down to loosen up our neck, our back. You can take a few seconds to rotate your neck, loosening up those muscles that we just worked out during Gandhabhirundasana. And leaning down towards the ground, lifting your hands up overhead, getting a nice stretch here. And relax. So I request each and every one of you watching to take a moment and post in the comment section. How was your experience of these asanas today? Did you have any breakthroughs? What did you go through as you were doing each of these asanas today? Request each and every one of you to quickly post in the chat, take a moment and share with us. Or if there was any place you felt stuck, you felt that you were not able to do it, you can share that too with us. It would be nice to hear from each of you how you are able to get the breakthroughs in Nithyananda Yoga as you're doing it every single day. With that, we're going to now be entering into the Trinetra Kumbhaka, where we're going to be intensely awakening the power of our third eye, intensely awakening our Kundalini energy through a powerful Kumbhaka revealed by Swamiji, which is the Trinetra Kumbhaka. Before we start, requesting each of you to come to a seated position. Either you can sit in Sukhasana or in Ardha Padmasana or in Padmasana. Of course, Padmasana is the best. Swamiji reveals about Padmasana that if you can hold Padmasana for 42 minutes without getting any numbness in your leg, that shows a strong heart. And if you're not able to, the more and more you push your body to sit in Padmasana for longer, till you reach a point you're able to hold it for 42 minutes without numbness, you are strengthening your heart. So never underestimate the power of Padmasana and try to sit in Padmasana as long as you can as we do the Trinetra Kumbhaka. Now let's get step by step how doing the Trinetra Kumbhaka. Inhale through your left nostril. You're going to be using the power of your thumbs for this purpose. Now, as you do it, remember two things. One is when you hold your breath, hold it for as long as you can comfortably. So do not push yourself to a point where you feel lightheaded or you feel that you're uncomfortable. No, just hold it to a point where you've pushed yourself to the max of your comfort, and then you can release the breath, take the next step. As well as when you hold it, Swamiji says the main point is not holding it with your hands. The main point is holding it with your will, because this is the Trinetra Kumbhaka that awakens your third eye. So when you use that Agnya Chakra, the seat of your will, to hold the breath, it automatically awakens. So bringing your thumbs up, inhaling through your left nostril. Use your right thumb to close your right nostril and inhale through your left nostril deeply. Close. Hold as long as you can here. Then inhale through your right nostril. Remember, you're not going to be exhaling, only inhaling through your right nostril and holding again for as long as you can. Then inhale through both your nostrils. Hold it again for as long as you can. And then exhaling through the left nostril. So let's do this now together. Just connecting to Swamiji in your inner space. Do it continuously. That's also very important. You exhale through the left and immediately inhale through the left again. So do not take a moment of releasing your hands and breathing normally. No. Try to inhale, hold, inhale, hold, exhale, and directly inhale again through the same open nostril. So that is how we do Trinetra Kumbhaka. Swamiji reveals that the Trinetra Kumbhaka can be done first initially 11 times in the morning and 11 times in the evening. Then moving further to 21 times, 42 times, 54 times, ultimately bringing it to 108 times, after which you will just be in the space of pure prana the whole day. So let's do it for a few times together now. Continue doing it intensely. Inhale through your right nostril. Inhale through your left nostril. Inhale through your right nostril and hold. Inhale through both the nostrils and hold. And exhale through the left nostril. Again, immediately inhaling back through your left nostril. continue to inhale and do the Trinetra Kumbhaka deeply, you'll really feel so fresh, alive, and energetic your whole day. You'll actually build muscles just by doing pranayama. Because beautifully Swamiji reveals, the real thing that builds muscles is not protein. If protein is not combined with deep breathing, even protein will only sit as fat in the body. It is the deep breathing that's what builds muscle. Swamiji just reveals if you do just 1200 deep breaths in a single day, you will have ultimate energy and you will have ultimate health. Because that's the amount of prana that you get into your body. Prana is nothing but the vital life force, that which keeps you alive. So when you do the Trinetra Kumbhaka, hold that conscious feeling inside you, knowing that you are supplying that life force to your body to manifest the day the way you want it to be. Doing the Trinetra Kumbhaka one last time. So with that, let's come into the Shavasana position. You can relax. Take a few deep breaths. Coming down to a laying position. Stretch your hands by the side, palms facing upwards. Let your legs relax. Loosen out all the stiffness from your legs, your hips, your back, your hands, your neck. Visualizing the life leaving your body. You are just Paramashiva in Samadhi. Do the Shakti Charan Mudra, feeling the intense Kundalini energy flowing through your entire body. And the japa of Om Nithyananda Paramashivam reverberating deeply in your inner space. Do not fall asleep. Be in the space of pure awareness. Slowly start to shake your hands and legs. And rock yourself up into a seated position. Congratulations to each and every one of you. You have successfully completed today's Nithyananda Yoga. Hope you all enjoyed it. Do share with us in the comment section below how your experience was. And with that, we come to the end of today's Nithyananda Yoga. If you had any questions about yoga, please do post it to us. We'll be happy to answer it. And also, if you want to learn more about yoga, see, yoga is what we see about yoga generally on the net or how we learn about it. It's a very reduced to the very physical aspect of it with some mental benefits like stress relief. But yoga is a much deeper science than that. It has the health benefits are numerous, which is just a small aspect, but it also prepares your body, mind, and consciousness for Paramashiva. That is why there's so many components of yoga that each of them equally important towards manifesting anything you want through yoga. To understand deeper about this, we have linked a video to a webinar on yoga in the description below. Do watch that and understand deeper on why you need to do yoga, because as Swamiji says, if you find yourself struggling to do anything, you're finding yourself struggling to wake up in the morning and do yoga, load yourself with powerful cognitions about it. So when you understand deeper on why you need to do yoga, you will find your yoga itself becomes much more authentic and much more intense. Also, do not miss out on the Paramashiva Sena program starting on December 1st. It's a 30-day free program physically happening in Los Angeles and Kailasa Tiruvannamalai, where you can experience the powerful happening of manifesting your own innate intelligence to understand every aspect of life. So it's not just about you seeing just learning some things, but it's about you manifesting the innate power you have in your life in all aspects, not just in the spiritual aspect towards enlightenment, but even towards your business, towards your health, in every aspect. So you can see the sign up link. The sign up link is ecitizen.info/PSS. Please do sign up for the Paramashiva Sena program. Do not miss this once in a lifetime opportunity. And with that, let us offer our gratitude at the feet of the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, Bhagavan Sri Nithyananda Paramashivam, and end with the Purna Mantra.
Om
Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavasishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om Tat Sat. Sarvam Bhagavat Sri Nithyananda Paramashiva Padukarpanamastu. Om Nitya. Thank you everyone, Nithyanandam, and see you tomorrow.